Hello my creatures, Lisa Fox here. Welcome to another video. I just want to say I'm happy for the positive feedback that we got on the first video. I was a little nervous about it was kind of rambly and it was definitely a mess because I was not sober. I'm a lot more sober now. I've only had a little bit of wine and I'm pretty sober. Today's video is going to be my vinyl collection. Here's a picture of that. Typically they sit in this cabinet, but my backdrop is covering it, so I've pulled them all out so I can show them to you. Collecting physical media, I think, has become popular with certain Gen Z, and I think it's very popular with drag queens because drag queens tend to understand like the media we encountered in our youth shaped us deeply, and the films, music, etc. that we enjoy is very important to us. I am fortunate enough to have now owned 3 record players. Sometimes we got lucky, we got them for cheap at a garage sale, but the only one that's lasted is an actual authentic vintage piece that we have had. My stepfather's parents have had since he was a kid. It's the only one that has survived. But we also do not repair our players. So I think the player I have, in case, because somebody's probably going to want to know, the player I have, well, first of all, I have mine connected to a Pioneer stereo amplifier, and then a Pioneer turntable. I definitely preferred how my Bradford looked because we got it at a yard sale, and it had more of a vintage look. It was not really a turntable. I don't know, but it did not last, and it was like really big. It was like the size of like an end table. It was like huge, so it would not have fit in a media console cabinet. Not that you see many of these entertainment center media consoles around these days. You really don't. Honestly, I feel like I am pretty up to par with my wish list of vinyls that I want to get. There are some albums that have just come out, of course, but you know, I patiently wait and make sure that I get the one that I want in case deluxe comes out or a variant comes out. I want to preface this with I have been collecting for, oh my god, like 4 years. I think I started collecting like maybe 6 years. I started collecting in like 2021, I think. It might have even been before that. So this is like a collection over the years. I do understand that like this takes a lot of dedication, even for me, in order to have the money to buy them, let alone hunt down the variant, get the limited drops, get the ones that are worth it. It's very precious to me. So do not think I take it for granted for even a second. I want to preface this with I decide to collect vinyl variants. I only do colored variants, and I decide to collect it based on what variant I feel fits the album aesthetic best, and that's cover and disc color. I know that's not typically what people go for. People typically just go for whatever they enjoy best, but I also like to keep in mind how many of the certain color I have. Though I would say the most popular vinyl colors are blue and pink, so I try to keep that to a minimum unless the album is genuinely a blue or pink album where it's like, this is the theme, you're gonna get that, you know. So let's get to the vinyls. In no particular order, of course. I think I actually don't remember how many I have. I could probably write it right here. And some of these are thrifted as well. First off, we have 1989 Aquamarine Edition. The seller that I bought it from graciously let me have these wax-free protectors. I do recommend clear protectors and the insert protectors. The inserts aren't as important as long as you don't use the paper inserts on the inside, because those will rip. I really wish we didn't have to use these clear protectors, but you really do. Your vinyl jacket will fall apart. I have put these in clear plastic this year, so who knows how well they're going to hold up. I do like putting them in the back so you can see You can see like what they look like from the outside. And I'll usually like put my favorite vinyl in the back. So this is the Aquamarine edition. This was secondhand. Next up, I want to get deluxe of this, but it is like 60 bucks. I don't think it's going to go down anytime soon because she is currently touring this. I really like the standard edition, do not get me wrong. I just prefer the deluxe because I like the actual amount of music, and I do play my records, which I know not everyone does. This is Eternal Sunshine. I think this was a Walmart's exclusive standard edition. I preferred the one of her covering the eyes. I feel like it was more focused on the gloves, and Eternal Sunshine disc is red, and it's translucent red. This is actually the first translucent red I have ever seen. Most reds are opaque. I do not collect multiple variants, so I do think I'm going to have to sell this at some point, which is kind of heartbreaking because I'm obsessed with the red. I mean, that's kind of my whole thing. So that really sucks. I also like to keep my hype stickers on the actual vinyl jacket. Most of mine is pop music typically. Now this one took a year to get here because it's signed. The signed jacket is hanging on my wall, and there was a lot of controversy if this artist was actually signing their records. I do not care. I saw somebody mark this up online, so that's crazy. I really love this record. It's a poetry Tumblr album, and if you hear Tumblr and you don't think Halsey, well, you're just wrong. You're just wrong. So this is Halsey's, probably her most poetic album, I would say. It's called Manic. It sucked waiting a year, but for some reason I just like had patience that it was gonna come. I don't know why. Like these days, if something took that long, I would be in their DMs. I would be in their emails harassing them like no other, but I just had faith. I am obsessed with this splatter. It's supposed to be like a artistic paint splatter. It is purple and light blue. I love it. Yeah, I can't believe it took a fucking year. And you know what? I'm glad that it took a year other than not showing up. And the controversy was so big with whether she was signing them or not that she started signing it with her, because Halsey is her artist name, she started signing them Ashley with her given name. Anyway, the next one, I feel like I don't have very many vinyl regrets. The Ariana, I should have waited for the deluxe, but I was just like too excited for the translucent red, and I love it. This one I also regret, but it is probably worth more. This is the Electric Blue Anniversary Edition of The Fame by Lady Gaga. I did not know that the original comes in teal, or I would have got it. Although it does look super fucking fierce next to my makeup. Hello. The lightning bolt is inspired by Bowie, and I do get told that I look like Bowie, or like the makeup is Bowie, or something like that. I don't really see how my makeup is Bowie, but that has nothing to do with me. This is probably worth a little bit. I think it was sold 2 years ago, if I'm correct. I don't have as many Gaga albums as I would like, but I do have quite a few. The next one is also a limited like drop of like, oh, I had to get my hands on that. It is, I believe this is her first ever vinyl pressing, and it is a standard black, which is typically, like we've covered, not my specific interest, but I knew I had to get Preacher's Daughter by Ethel Cain, and it's always on my wall. This, first of all, this hype sticker is huge. I love it. But it's always on my wall with this artwork. This is the inside. It's really fierce. I really do appreciate when a vinyl has a specific insert, like a special insert, but I also really like when they have regular paper inserts because then I don't have to worry about the inserts ripping. Now, my favorite, like I loved Eternal Sunshine because I like standard edition albums, no deluxe. I like them to be short albums. Like I said, we go for the color of the album. So I believe that Taylor Swift Midnights is the Walmart edition blue. I have gone back and forth on if I should get a cooler color edition, but I just feel like Moonstone is like her eyeshadow's blue. This album is awesome to just put on and just like, if you have a quick little chore or you just want to start your day and you don't want to sit and listen to music all day, Midnights. It does make you a little depressed. You just do Midnights and then do Lover or something. I don't know. I don't know your life. I got this secondhand and it was a little dirty when I bought it. I think everything's fine with it though, despite its issue. I really wanted the gold edition of this. I kind of wish it was a little more sparkly, but that's not my business. It is secondhand Fearless. Obviously Taylor's version. The gold, I don't know if the gold is marbled. A lot of Taylor's, like, yeah, when you hold it up, I don't know if it's considered marbled. I do see some imperfections. I'm not sure. It's less marbled than most of her records. If you hold up some of her records, which we'll get into in the future here, they are like hidden marbles, which I think is very cool. I do think like Taylor Swift like variants definitely popularized vinyl collecting these days, especially for Gen Z or collecting colored variants. She seemed to be the first pop girl that was like really doing it, and then people started following it because it actually made sales. Now this next one I did buy secondhand because this artist is problematic, and even if I buy an album from an artist that's problematic, it's like I'm buying it once. It's like $20 or whatever. This is the deluxe edition. I kind of regret I sold like one of my, I should have honestly looked up my first like my edition of this album, because it was probably worth more than I sold it for. Now that I think about it, it didn't really like dawn on me because it was like a pretty new edition, or a pretty like original edition is what I mean. But I got the deluxe Crybaby. It has a type sticker, and this is the variant for it. It's this pink splatter. It includes Playdate, Teddy Bear, and Cake. The only thing that was really weird is like the font and stuff. The font and the color was like weaker on this version. Like the color was a little bit lighter and the font was a little bit like weaker, and I was like, is this a knockoff? But no, I think it was just like them mass producing it, because like Playdate did so well, it became like a million billion streamed song. But anyway, we're gonna move on. I do want After School by her. I don't know if I want the other one, the green one. I forget what it's called. It's called like Portals. I don't know if I want Portals. It's okay as an album, but I don't know if I really want it. And then I don't know if this album is out yet, but I've heard some of it. I think it is out, and I also don't know if I want that. Probably not. Sabrina Carpenter's vinyls are very specific, and it's kind of annoying because like the deluxe, she doesn't do too many variants. She does, but it's only on the standards. On the deluxes or whatnot, like the ones that you actually want, there's only one option. However, when I saw this option, I was like, she did that for me. I'm literally wearing burgundy right now. She did that for me. So this is the deluxe. Well, I don't know if it's deluxe or if it's just like bonus edition. I think this is considered bonus edition. I do not think there's going to be a deluxe of Man's Best Friend, but this is, and then the burgundy edition. And then I was talking to somebody about this, and they did say that their friend was like, oh yeah, it looks purple, and that ruined it for them. And after they said that, I can't unsee it. It does look purple. It looks more maroon right now in this lighting, but it looks purple. Which is, you know what? It's fine, because I think I have another one in this color similar from Sabrina. This was my very first vinyl ever, is Adele 25. It's a standard edition, it's black. Fun fact, I also have it on CD. It's that good. Adele albums are that good. Fun fact, I left this on the top of I put it like on top of the car to get in the car after we bought it, because I bought it in store. And I left it on the top of the car and we drove away. And it landed in the parking lot and we had to go back and find it. It's also, I don't know what is going on with my protector right now. It's also a little damaged because I used a Crossley player without a slip mat. If you have to have a suitcase player, please get a acrylic vinyl slip mat. It's just a piece of plastic. It's like, I don't even know. I think they're like $12. They could be more, I'm not sure. But at least try to minimize the warping from those suitcase players, because they do not have a sturdy enough turntable. Now, sometimes I go to thrift stores And it gags me pretty bad every time that I find this stuff. And sometimes if I see it and I know it, but I'm not like a huge fan, I'm still gonna buy it. It's about $2. So one of those was All That Jazz. I believe this is from the film original soundtrack. I believe the plastic is also still on it. Yeah, the plastic was still on the outside. I haven't locked in too much yet to it, but I do listen to it every now and then. I really like having things like that because I know in the future I will know people who are interested in this, being in, you know, the gay scene. This is also one of my first few vinyls that made me interested in collecting. It is, and I bought this is a pretty first edition as well. I bought this before When We All Fall Asleep came out, before her debut album came out. This is Do Not Smile at Me, Billie Eilish's first EP, and it is the red version. I really wish I had the mixed like red and yellow version, but I think it's like a splatter that I want. They have a split, but I think I want the splatter is what I was looking for, but it's rare, so I do not have it. That really just takes you back to like, I don't know, like it's like post Tumblr, but it's like pre like whatever we're in right now. Now this next one is really unfortunate because I bought it right before this person really had their biggest, well, I don't know if it's their biggest, but had a really big controversy. But it is a signed edition, so I felt that no matter what this person has done or will do, this is still like a investment piece for me. Because even if somebody's totally terrible and whatever, their signature is still going to be worth a lot. And I hold on to things for years, and you know, when they eventually pass, it'll be worth even more. So I'm really obsessed with this album because it is a timepiece of like forging the internet as we know it, and it's just like, I don't know, it's also niche, but yeah, I don't really feel the need to explain it a little any more than that because this person is like super controversial and like canceled. So I was like really hyperfixated on it, and I actually ran away from this hyperfixation for years because I just did not want to be involved in that, you know? I was like, they're a terrible person, like can my brain like stop? I was really like into their music, and I was like, well, I'm either gonna like download all their music to like pirate it, or I'm gonna have to buy the album. And then the signed came out. Now I do really wish I got the star version. There was either a signed or a star vinyl, but I really think I should just get, I have an idea for another star vinyl that I want, but I'm not going to tell you because I'm gatekeeping. This is signed Jeffree Star. I do think the signature's a little lazy, but like, I've seen lazier. It's just a standard pink, which I don't like. I'm also really obsessed with the B-side. So basically the A-side is this EP Beauty Killer that he put out years and years and years ago. He was first starting on MySpace. He was trying to be a musician, and I love shitty music, so. And the B-side is him putting a few of his like demos and whatnot, or like reimagined editions or new songs, or mostly demos, on the EP, and I thought that was really wonderful. And he keeps threatening to come back to music. I don't think he ever is gonna fully. If he does, I don't know what I'm gonna do because I love terrible music. So let's just hope he doesn't. Stay away, Jeffree. I think I thrifted this with Fearless, if I'm not wrong. I got a standard, I think this is a standard edition of Lover. It's the pink and the blue. The only thing that's kind of strange to me is the blue is not as, the blue is translucent like Midnight's. It kind of probably looks the same as Midnight's, and then the pink is opaque, which I like the pink being opaque. I wish the blue was opaque, but honestly you don't really see opaque blues that often. They're usually translucent. So this is Lover, and I got both of them for a very good deal off of somebody, and I tried to get them off of somebody else and they were being very difficult and they ended up not shipping it or something, and so I messaged another seller at the same time and that person ended up being a sweetheart. So do not let like people discourage you, please. Now the next one is probably my first Taylor Swift vinyl. I believe this is my first one. It is The Gateway Drug. It's like my first album. I'm trying to get the disc out because it is a hidden marble. This is Folklore by Taylor Swift. This felt like the socially acceptable like Taylor album that you could have listen to these days. I mean, other than 1989 maybe, but then it's like, that's old. So you can't really see the marble on camera that well. It's like extremely hard to see. I can put a picture in right there. This is what it looks like. I think the hidden marble is supposed to be a metaphor. It's supposed to be very relevant. This is one of the only editions. There's not that many variants of folklore. There's a couple. There's like Target Red, I think. And then there might be a green, and there might not be. This is the Walmart edition with the bonus track, The Lakes, because absolutely. I think this is my most recent. I was absolutely obsessed with this album for like a month, I think, maybe 2 months. This is maybe my coolest one. I do not collect liquids or vinyls with anything in the inside, like confettis and stuff, because you have to turn them often, and I just don't want them to get messed up. I don't want to have to risk them getting messed up. So this is probably my coolest one. There's a couple variants of Lily Allen's West End Girl. I believe there's gonna not be a deluxe, as far as I'm concerned, like as far as I know. There is a couple variants, but I chose I think it's light blue and black. They have another variant that's this color, that's blue with the white polka dots. I like this one, and it has like clear. Isn't that cool? I don't know. I thought polka dots is something I hadn't seen before, and I was like, absolutely. I was already gonna buy this. Absolutely. I don't know if I could show the inside. It's got a tennis racket. Oh yeah, tennis racket and a passport. There was another inside that I didn't know if I could show. Anyways, now, sometimes you have, like the Ariana one, sometimes you have vinyl regrets of like, oh my god, I wish I had gotten this deluxe, or I got this counterpart. I regret so heavily not getting the Tortured Poets Department Anthology Edition, because this is the standard, well, it's not the standard, but it's kind of the standard with the Black Dog. This is TTPD, the Tortured Poets Department with the Black Dog. I accidentally bought the wrong one and had to take it back because I wanted the Black Dog version. I don't like when they make you pick like which like bonus track you get. That's irritating. That's grating. Like, why can't I have them all? I don't appreciate it. I think it promotes having the same multiple variants of the same album, and I don't like that because, I mean, this is glorified plastic. Okay, so we will break this into 2 parts. So if you're really considering collecting physical media, vinyl is one of the most expensive hobbies. So if you're considering collecting VHS tapes, CDs, DVDs, please go for it. Thank you so much for watching, and please make sure you subscribe if you're not subscribed already. You probably are. I trust you. I was saying, can we have a moment for the makeup? I had some extra time, so the bottom line and the curved line are new. Yeah. I hope you have a good weekend. I will see you with the next video.